In this video, I'm going to show you how I use session highs, change of status, and delivery. In this video, I'm going to show you how I use the session highs, a change of state of delivery, and time frame alignment to catch a 65-point short on the NASDAQ last night. So let's get right into the chart. So here I have the NASDAQ 15-minute chart pulled up. One thing I want to point out first is that on the 4-hour chart of the NASDAQ, we did have a 4-hour bearish fair value gap, a sell side imbalance, buy side inefficiency fair value gap that formed February 21st. So it is important that you make sure you're extending your fair value gaps out to where price is currently trading, especially if they were unfilled and have not been rebalanced. So yesterday's action, we kind of traded higher and took out the at the end of the day, we took out the high from the Monday's Asia session. So we swept buy side liquidity that day, and the high of yesterday ended up being the 3 p.m. high here, right? So we'll go ahead and mark that as our buy side liquidity that we were kind of just watching for. Now, going into this evening session, I wasn't necessarily looking for a trade, but again, I'm always watching for my model to appear. My model includes essentially waiting for a sweep of liquidity, a change of state of delivery, a retest, and targeting opposing liquidity. In this case, we'd be targeting opposing sell side liquidity on after the retest. Now, I always like to execute using the 4-hour time frame paired up with the 15-minute time frame. That's the only time frame, ICT time frame execution that I prefer and alignment that I prefer. There's a bunch of them. Some people prefer the weekly in the 4-hour. Some people prefer the daily in the 1 hour. Some people prefer the 15-minute in the 1 minute, right? If you want to scalp. I personally like to hold my trades for a few hours. So I prefer the 4-hour and 15-minute. I don't even look at the 1 minute. I only look at the lowest time frame I look at is the 15-minute time frame. So that being said, like I said, we traded into this 4-hour gap at the end of yesterday's New York session, right? 3 p.m. That was the high, and that ultimately ended up being the high of the day. And so going into the next session, which would be Asia, right? I was essentially watching for the market to sweep this liquidity potentially and form a change of state of delivery where we could now have a short opportunity. So you can see the next session opens here and the market does push higher, and then we come lower, and then ultimately we do come higher, and this one candle alone sweeps the high from the previous session, right? So this is the New York session high. This candle at 7:15 sweeps that high, right? And we also take this high from 6:45. So now I'm watching for a change of state of delivery. Essentially, a change of state of delivery is a close below the series of up close candles that swept that liquidity. So in this case, there was only one up close candle in which that swept that liquidity, right? However, if this black candle wasn't here, then the change of state of delivery series of up close candles would start down here. But because this black candle is here, it's just this 1 minute, this 7:15 p.m. candle. So now I was watching for the market to close below here and essentially force that change of state of delivery, right? And then we ultimately do get that close here immediately after, and going into now the 7:45 p.m. 15-minute candle, which is when I dropped. Well, I didn't drop. I entered on the 1 minute. I'm sorry, I entered on the 15-minute. But for the purposes of this, I'm going to show you. I can only show you the entry that I took on the 1 minute because it's very precise, and the 15-minute doesn't allow for precision. So I entered here off of this retest here on that next, soon as the Asia session opened. So Asia session opened here at 8 p.m. Eastern, right? So entering here short now, right, with my stop loss now above this high, right, targeting any opposing liquidity, right? So we had opposing sell side liquidity resting here, right? This was sell side liquidity that we could target, and then we also had sell side liquidity resting all the way down here, right? However, I also like to use and utilize these standard deviations to give me targets as well if the depending on the session we're trading in. I know Asia session is generally low volatility, so to expect follow through all the way into what's that, well over 100 points, it's not saying it's impossible, but it's sometimes very unlikely. So I like to use standard deviations as well to ensure that I have realistic targets. So in this case, my standard deviation projections gave me a -1 projection here at this sell side, so I knew I'd be at least going break even there, taking some partials somewhere in between -1 and -2 standard deviations. And then we also had this 15-minute fair value gap, which is a place I was also looking to potentially scale out of some of my position. So those essentially became my targets during this trade. So entered short there, and you can see here the market does come back. We beautifully retest this change in state of delivery. I mean, look at this. This is algorithmic precision. Look at this retest here. All right, this high of this 15-minute candle is, you can see it up here, right? The high is 21,959.50. That change in state of delivery is 21,959.50, right? So that is algorithmic. That's how we know the markets are algorithmic and they move by a computer. So from here, we can see now that the market continues to sell off there, and then we do get some expansion into that -1 standard deviation, which is now when my stop loss goes to break even at this point, right? And then now it's a free trade, and essentially just about now being patient and holding to target, which we ultimately do get here, right? So that was essentially the trade I took. You can see we spooled pretty cleanly down into our target. It was I was in this trade from 8 p.m. till I think I held this till about 10 p.m., 9:45, 10. So almost 2 hours in this trade. And then you can see we make this low, Asia session low. Ultimately, that becomes our Asia session low. And then the market during London, we come back. And what do? We algorithmically hit the -2 standard deviation perfectly. Look at this low. The low is, right, 866.25 on this candle. And here we have 872.25. So pretty close. We got really close to that -2 standard deviation. We held it nicely. And the market, I believe, reversed from here, right? I don't think we took another low from there. And you can see, actually, it's interesting. The market did end up going back to this change of state of delivery, right, in the London session now. Then we sold off. So you could have caught that again, right, and caught even more off of this second entry there. So obviously I was not awake during this time, so I didn't look for that. But yeah, that was essentially the trade that I took during Asia session last night. Very clean setup. I will show you my executions here on my live account. Right, as you can see, Optimus Futures live down here, live account. You can see execution arrow here, selling my position in full down here in the Asia session as I showed. So that's a trade I took yesterday. Very straightforward, just got to be patient and be disciplined to only wait for that setup. But yeah, that's all I got for y'all in this one. I will see y'all in the next one.